you gentlemen enjoyed the pecan pie.
That was one of the most delicious things I ever ate.
We have been serving that pie here in Wisteria for as long as I can remember.
It is a very old recipe.
Well, actually, the earliest recipe for pies date back to the ancient Egyptians.
Well, ours is not that old.
But it has been passed down for generations. The first person to come up with that perfect conjugation of spices was, is that not the right word? The perfect conflagration of spices? The perfect constipation of spices? The perfect combination of spices? The first person to come up with the perfect combination of spices was our cousin Miranda Fairfax, who is related by marriage to both the Brewsters and the Monroes. Aside from her pie recipe, we don't talk about her, though. She brought great scandal to the family. She had a terrible problem with flatulence. It was especially bad when she was around men and boys. The younger they were, the handsomer they were, the worse it got. She'd bat her eyes, wave a fan, show a little ankle.
Aunt Minnie May, do you mean that she was flirtatious?
Well, that's what I said, wasn't it?
Oh, no, darling.
Well, it all came to an end when she turned two twin brothers against each other. They went out and fought a duel.
Over her honor?
Oh, that wasn't worth fighting over. It was over her pecan pie. She promised to bake one for the winner.
Who won?
Neither one of them. They shot each other stone dead.
That is a dreadful story.
But actually rather appropriate. In the Middle Ages, pies were called coffins because the crust was shaped like a coffin.
God, do we have to stand here all day talking about coffins and duels? One of us here is a murderer.
Oh, I'd almost forgotten about that.
I did forget about that.
Oh, look, here's Nora. Nora, do you know who murdered Major Sykes?
Well, I know it was one of you folks.
Tell us something that we don't know.
I will if you give me a chance.
All right.
If you know something, then tell us. The suspense is killing me. Oh, sorry, that was a poor choice of words, but you know what I mean.
To shoot a man with a cannon is the act of a desperate person. And each of you has said you were desperate enough to claim that you would do anything to achieve your goals. The question here is, which one of you were the most desperate?
Have you figured that out?
I think I have. You must have been at the end of your rope and could see no other options. Am I right, Colonel Virgil Monroe?
Me?
You.
Virgil, you murdered Major Sykes?
I'm engaged to a murderer? You're a colonel in Cobb's Legion of Georgia Cavalry. You swore you would strike a blow for the Southern cause. Major Sykes was the commander of all the Union troops in Gradian County. What greater blow could you strike than to blow up the Yankee officer? His troops would be leaderless, they'd be confused, they might panic, they might retreat. You could single-handedly have saved the county. Now, I know you're a cavalry man, but you've been in the army long enough to know how to fire a cannon. It'd be no problem for you to sneak up behind Major Sykes and blow him to kingdom come.
We've never had a murderer in the family. A thief or two, an embezzler, a couple of vegetarians, but never a murderer.
Senior Union officer here. I have to arrest you for the murder of Major Phineas Sykes.
All this time I've been in a cavalry with a murderer. I thought you were honorable.
I am honorable. Only a dishonorable coward would sneak up behind a man and shoot a cannon at him. I swear upon my honor as a Southern gentleman, I did not kill Major Sykes.
How should I believe that?
Because it's true. Virgil Monroe would fight an enemy on the field of battle, but he would never attack him from behind. His honor as a soldier and a gentleman would not let him.
I knew you couldn't be guilty.
But there is someone guilty here whose honor demanded that she avenge an old wrong. Someone who believed in family so strongly that she'd kill to stop a ghost from pacing.
Who is she talking about?
You! Me! You worried every time Arabelle walked the upstairs halls.
Oh, but that was just a story.
It was.
But it's a story you believed in. And when you found out that Major Sykes' great-grandfather, ancestor, had done yours wrong, you swore revenge. And you got it. when you fired that cannon on Major Sykes.
Oh, Aunt Minnie May, you murdered Major Sykes so the Arabelle could rest in peace? Oh, how romantic.
You don't seriously believe my aunt is a murderer?
I don't want to arrest her.
You can't attest me. Nora, what are you incinerating? I am not a Homo sapiens maniac. I am refined and Gentile. I could not have murdered Major Sykes. I am innocuous.
You all hear that. Anybody who stumbles through the English language like that doesn't know how to operate a cannon. And besides the incident with her fiancé, burning off his eyebrows and his mustache, she swore she'd never touch gunpowder again. No, Miss Minnie May did not kill Major Sykes. She's not the only one here with a strong sense of family. Someone was already said that she would do anything to save her family home.
Why don't you come out and say it? You're accusing me.
I'm accusing you.
How dare you? What possible clues are there that I'm a murderer?
We all know how much you love wisteria.
And we know how angry you became when Major Sykes threatens to burn it down.
Oh, and we all heard you threaten Major Sykes.
And the cannon was already loaded and primed.
And we all know how impotent you can be.
Impetuous.
Oh, and we all know how impetuous you can be.
Well, I guess you could count those things, but I did not murder Major Sykes.
How can we be sure? I think my mother would object for a murder as a daughter-in-law.
Abner!
That's an insult to my family honor!
Get him, Virgil!
Rein it in, boys. Rein it in. Velvet is not the murderer.
How can we be sure of that?
Think about that cannon going off. All that fire and all that smoke. If she would have fired the cannon, she would come away smelling of sulfur and smoke. Her clothes would be filled with ashes and soot, and her hair, look at her. She looks like she just stepped out of a ladies' magazine. No, Velvet is too vain to spoil her appearance.
You see, Aunt Minnie May, you always said vanity wasn't a virtue.
Our murderer is someone who wasn't afraid to get dirty, whose vanity would push him to commit the crime. Am I right, Captain Faraday?
No, you're not right. I'm not vain.
But you are proud of your accomplishments. You joined the army as a private, worked your way up through the ranks to be captain. Major Sykes was going to demote you. He was going to have you court-martialed. You would lose everything you worked for, ruined your career. You had to act, and you had to act fast.
I didn't do it.
But you thought about it.
Well,
Oh, Abner!
Rob, that's a me. I refuse to be having you as a brother-in-law.
no, I'm not the murderer. I thought I stopped Sykes, but that's all I did. Think about it. A murder like this can't stay secret. I would be court-martialed. I would lose my ranks, my career, my woman I love. I'm not going to risk that all over a threat.
No, you wouldn't risk it, and that's why you're not the murderer. But you're not the only military man here who knows how to operate a cannon. And for him, Major Sykes' threats were real, and he could lose everything he held dear unless he acted.
Why y'all looking at me? Wait, you think I killed Major Sykes?
Oh, did you?
No!
Oh. After the war, you planned on going back to Judson's Gap, where Daisy's waiting for you there, and the two of you would raise that second room on the schoolhouse. You were discovered. Confederate soldier in Union territory. You were going to be shot as a spy. And if that happened, you'd never get back to Daisy in that schoolhouse. So you snuck up behind the cannon, waited for Major Sykes to step in front of it, and you fired. And the threat to you and Daisy would be gone with the wind.
You mean I've served all these years with the murderer?
I didn't kill Major Sykes. I couldn't.
Oh, you're just saying that.
No, it's true. And you all know it. He promised Daisy he wouldn't hurt anybody during the war, and that included Major Sykes. Lieutenant Duncan Carnes is a man of his word.
So we went through all of this, and in the end, you discovered nothing.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I discovered that Miss Melody's favorite novel is Ivanhoe.
Ivanhoe?
It was written by Sir Walter Scott. It takes place in England during the Middle Ages.
Yes, Alfred of Ivanhoe. He fought the Crusades with Richard the Lion-Hearted. When Ivanhoe returned home to England to the woman he loved, a beautiful Lady Rowena. While he was in England, he fought a jousting tournament, and he was wounded. He was nursed back to health by a Jewish maid, Rebecca, who was secretly in love with him. Because of her religion and her ability to heal, Rebecca was charged as a witch, and she was going to be burned at the stake. So Rebecca asked for trial by combat, and she chose Ivanhoe as her champion, and as her champion, he would fight to save her life.
Why are you telling us all this?
Well, because we have our own champion here. Someone who's had her own trial by combat to save the man she loved. Am I right, Miss Melody?
Her?
Her.
Well, why are you all so surprised? I'm not nice all of the time.
That's true.
Major Sykes accused Virgil of being a spy and ordered him to be executed. Oh, I've loved Virgil since the moment I first saw his daguerreotype. Someone had to fight for Virgil, so I decided that I would. I tried to take the Major so I tried to be like you, and I tried to flirt with him. I took him some lilacs, and he laughed at me.
Oh.
Man, I warned him. I warned him not to harm Virgil. I told him that I would take Virgil's cause above his head to General Sherman and to General Grant and even to President Lincoln himself.
Yes.
He turned his back on me. And there was the cannon just sitting there all primed and loaded, and there was Major Sykes just standing in front of it. So I walked over to that cannon, grabbed that lanyard, and pulled. And that was the end of Major Sykes.
Melody! I didn't know you had it in you! Way to go!
What did they just do? I don't know, but I have a feeling it'll become meaningful in the future.
Wish you hadn't done that, Melody.
Why? Nobody liked the man anyway.
Now that Major Sykes is gone, I'm the highest ranking Union officer. I'm sorry, Velvet, but I have to arrest Melody for the murder of Major Sykes.
Well, that's all right. She's only a cousin.
Stop it!
And also I have to carry out the Major's orders, have Virgil and Duncan shot for espionage.
You wouldn't dare!
Oh, of course he wouldn't. Would you?
I don't want to, but I have to. My duty as a soldier compels me to carry out the orders.
Come on, let's go load that cannon again.
No. As a fellow soldier, I understand his commitment to his duty. As honorable Southern gentlemen, Duncan and I, we will accept these orders.
Oh, stop all this nonsense. There's no novel here.
Oh, but it's so heroic.
Oh, it's stupid.
Virgil, do both of us have to be heroic? Couldn't you be the hero and I could just be the coward?
Our honor demands it, Duncan.
I never faced them more courageous enemies. Give me your hands. Your hands are sweating.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Abner, how could you do this to Virgil, to me, after all the time we spent together?
Velvet, we only known each other for 2 hours.
A velvet and a man, 2 hours could be a lifetime.
I had no choice.
Neither do I. I will never speak to you again.
Oh, no, Velvet, this is terrible. I feel so
Melody.
bad. I gotta go.
At last, I can spill my blood in defense for the cause, knowing that there is a girl that I'm leaving behind.
Oh, well, I still have your picture. The kissing it won't be the same as kissing you.
Aunt Minnie May, I would take it kindly if you would write a letter to Daisy for me and mail her my encyclopedia.
Oh, it's so heavy. Do you have any idea how much the postage would cost? Oh, never mind. I'll send it.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, no, not again.
That was a bugle.
What was that?
Oh, wait, you heard that too?
It was a bugle.
Hey, there's a soldier riding fast down the road. He's turned into the drive. Hey, it looks like a messenger.
The message can wait until we finish here. Gentlemen, if you're ready.
Hey, for crying out loud. I'll go see what the message is. Don't do anything stupid until I get back, okay? It's like talking to myself.
But I have a volunteer, private and private. You blindfold the colonel and the lieutenant. Stand over there.
I gotta go now.
seat. Now get in. We're not supposed to see us being killed.
Ready?
I can't watch this. Oh, neither can I.
Oh, I can.
A.
Wait, stop! Stop everything! The war's over!
What are you saying?
Here, read this.
Be it to know that on Sunday, April 9th, 1865, at 4 p.m., General Robert E. Lee surrenders to General Ulysses S. Grant. The war is really over.
The war is over.
Oh, I knew this day would come.
The war's over, so you can't shoot them as spies if there's nothing to spy for anymore.
Oh, I think she's right.
What do I do about Melody?
We could say Major Sykes was a casualty of war. The war's over, so let's not bring it up again.
I think we can say that.
Then I'll call off the execution.
Good.
Against Melody Bruce is thrown out.
Okay.
Soldiers, you're dismissed.
Oh, Abner, I can talk to you again.
I'm glad. After we're married, will you live in Ohio?
Yeah, don't press your luck.
This is a very historic moment. I'm going to write some notes down for my encyclopedia.
Oh, Virgil, you were so brave.
Oh, you were brave too, Melody.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I love it when everything ends happily.
Why are you all standing around? The war is over. There's so much work to be done. We have to repair the house. We have to rebuild this country. We have to plow the fields, get them ready for spring planting. And I'm not going to do it all by myself.
Let's not think about that right now, Nora. Let's think about it tomorrow. After all, tomorrow is another day. Get your prize.
Did you read the writing?
I cannot read the writing.
Red pen.
Red pen and... Are you a doctor?
Oh, really? Did I read the...
Oh my God, yes,
Sure, you want to read how you think? That's very precise.
Right.
It's based on the motive.
Right, and Conrad, and my name's Connie, so I did Con.
That's funny.
He says because she's crazy, Melody, and because she was going to lose her boyfriend, and then my reason was because she was shown how the cannon worked.
All very
Right?
good points. Yes.
I'm really shocked.
This is our last show, but maybe not our last performance, but I still must do that. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. Come on.
Do it.
I promise.